Hi everyone, welcome back to Nix and Nax. It's Maria. So today we're going to work on the Halloween lighted tree. So some of the items we're going to need is crepe paper. You can find those at the Dollar Tree stores, Walmarts, wherever they sell party items. Also, you're going to need some decorations specific for Halloween theme. You're going to need some lights that you can either do black lights, orange lights, but anything that's themed for Halloween. You're going to use some tape, electrical tape or clear tape, depending on what you have. I'm using the black so that it actually matches with the crepe paper, the black color that I'm using, but clear also works perfect. So go ahead and use whatever you have handy, whatever works for you. It will all work just fine. And then also we have that huge branch tree that you see back there. So that was actually something that fell off of our eucalyptus tree, and so that's what I thought I would use. I would recycle, and in terms of the Halloween decorations, use whatever you have on hand. It'll all look great. And of course you're gonna need some scissors, and here's what that branch looks like standing up. As you could tell, it's over 6 feet high, but I think that's what's going to make the great statement and will allow it to look spooky. You'll be able to use in either inside of a planter. In my case, we are actually going to use a bucket full of pebbles, and we'll be able to place it on our front porch. Okay, so I'm going to start by adding a little bit of the electrical tape just to kind of get it started. And then I'm going to start adding the crepe paper. Now with this, I'm only going to use a little piece of the electrical tape because I only need it to get me started. And then I'm going to start using the crepe paper to wrap the tree. And I'm going to try to get it as tight as possible so that it naturally looks like it's the tree and not the crepe paper. So it makes it look more natural. And I'm going to do it tight and close so that I can make sure that every little area is covered. Try to keep the crepe paper as tight as possible. The roll, don't let loose of that, and it'll make it a lot easier to roll it around and wrap around the branch. And now let's speed it up and wrap up this tree. Okay, so now you will see that we're onto that second branch of this big one right here. And so we're going to do the same thing from when we started at the bottom of the tree, where we're going to add a piece of the electrical tape. And then we're going to tape that in there, and we're going to start covering that second branch. And again, try to keep your ream as close as possible so that you can it can actually make it easier. And I'm going to wrap it around a couple times before I continue going up, because I want to cover up that electrical tape. Okay, so we're down to the last part, and we're just gonna finish up a few different loops. This can take a little bit of time. You just need a little bit of patience, but once you get used to it, you'll get your rhythm, and before you know it, you will be done. I actually had a little bit of help from my sisters. I thought it'd be kind of fun to work on the project together. But this is certainly a project that could be done all by yourself. Okay, so now that we've completed the tree, so if you could see, it's got some texture in it. What I like about the crepe paper is the fact that it makes it look like it's the bark. You can also, other options, you can also spray paint it, or you could paint it with acrylic black paint. But as I mentioned, what I like about the crepe paper itself is that it gives it that texture. It also makes it look a little bit creepier, and like it's the black bark that's kind of like peeling off. So what we're gonna do now, I have the tree that we've covered with crepe paper, and then I also have a bucket which I got at the local big box store. They sell them in black and it's about $5, and this is multi-purpose. I actually use it to give me a little bit of height for a planter that I have, but I'm gonna sort of recycle this. And what I've done is I've added some of the pebbles, as you could see. That's gonna give it some weight, because you do have to remember that this is a branch that needs to have the stability at the bottom. So especially if you live in an area where there's a lot of wind, that will keep it from falling anywhere. So we're gonna go ahead, stick this inside into the pebbles. Okay, so what I've done so far, I have had 3 boxes of the lights, the mini lights, and they are, as I mentioned, they have electricity plugs. These you have to connect together all at once, so it's not continuous like usually the Christmas trees where you can just continue attaching and going up. So the fix for that is I've connected all at the bottom, because that's going to reach the electrical cord that we're going to use to connect the electricity. And then you divide the 3 pieces in areas. So the first one goes up here on the right hand side, my right hand side. Second one goes up towards the middle area. Now, something to keep in mind, you may need to use electrical tape. I think I'm going to use it so that if the wind, is pretty strong, then it'll stay attached. And then so now we're just going to do the last part of this. And so I want to make sure that I'm not pulling too much so that the electricity plug stays at the bottom, or the outlet. And then just wrap around, like so. And this actually splits in half, or it's rolled into 2 pieces, 2 parts. So you can use that. You can leverage that by connecting it, opening it up, and using that as a little hook, if you will. So like I said, I'm going to use a little bit of electrical tape to sort of attach it in certain areas so that it stays still. So that's that. And then we're going to add our little decorations. So I'm going to add our little bats. And I mentioned I got these at the Dollar Tree store. And you can use as many decorations as you would like. You can use only a few. You could stop at the lights. You could do whatever you want. So this is what it looks like during the daytime, but take a look at what it looks like at night. It's definitely giving you that creepy horror look. And super easy to make. I hope you enjoy this. I hope you get to give it a try, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you on the next project. Bye.